Thank you, Your Honor. Well, I watched CSI last night, and the first thing they do is go down the timeline. So we're going to go down the timeline of this crime. So I want to call my first witness, Larry. Larry, you were the last turkey to talk with Tom. What did he say to you?
Greetings, fellow Toastmasters, Mr. Table Topic Master, and welcome guests. The last thing that Tom said to me, besides gobble, 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 was, boy, that feed was really good today. I really enjoyed that feed. I hear Farmer Joe is going to take me for a ride. Do you know anything about these rides that he takes you on? I said, no, I don't know. I haven't seen anybody come back from these rides. However, Farmer Joe makes it seem like it's such a great trip. I'm not sure where they go and how long they stay. All I know is they don't come back. Maybe they graduate to a different farm. Maybe they get promoted, or maybe they're one of those turkeys that I hear are being pardoned by the president. So it sounds like a great trip. I just hope it ends well I hope that it ended well. I'm not sure. I couldn't believe that he would actually be killed. I don't know what happened. All I know is that he left. He seemed really excited to go on this trip, and he never came back, and now he's murdered. So I don't know if Farmer Joe had anything to do with it. However, the trip did sound exciting. Mr. Table Topics Master.
Pat, you were Tom's best friend. Was he a depressed turkey? Could he have committed suicide?
For those of you who don't speak turkey. Tom and I spent a lot of time together throughout our days at the farm. And I also am a retired turkey, and a little more fortunate than Tom, I think. And he was really happy when he first came to the farm, and he was really happy all throughout, up until the last day. The two of us suspected that something was really strange was going on that last few days. The atmosphere really changed. The turkeys that had been there a while really got hyper and edgy and really close to themselves and really didn't say anything, and that made both Tom and I nervous. But Tom was never depressed. He was always a very happy, upbeat turkey. But the last few days, we really did suspect that something really strange was going on, and I felt it as well. It wasn't just Tom, and we talked to ourselves because the other turkeys just weren't talking, and we couldn't get anything out of them as to what the strangeness was. But the two of us really felt distrustful of everybody and everything because nothing was the same. The mood, the atmosphere, everybody and everything was just quiet and strange, and there was this real eerie feeling about everything, and couldn't really talk to anybody. You couldn't approach anybody, and nothing felt right at all. But no, he was definitely not depressed.
Arthur, how did Tom get along with you and the other turkeys on the farm? Did he share?
Greetings, fellow Toastmasters, Toastmaster Toastmaster, and fellow guests. As far as Tom's sharing, I like to share that with you, but unfortunately, I'm very troubled. It turns out that during the break, between the trial, I was in the restroom, and I overheard 2 chickens clucking outside of the window. And I quickly jotted some notes down from the clucking, and what I heard was that Tom is not dead. In fact, Tom is basting in sunny Florida right now. Tom actually was smuggled into the witness protection program. It turns out that Tom flew over here about 12 years ago. He's actually an illegal bird. The reason he left from Canada was he was escaping a court sentence from an adjudication in the Canadian court. It turns out that Tom was involved in crime families. It was a war between 2 crime families, the Canadian Genovese family and the notorious Turkish Don crime syndicate. And Tom was a witness to a beheading of one of his fellow Turkish Dans. And he was so concerned that he wouldn't live through the trial that he fled over the border, flew into Pennsylvania, and was actually hiding out at Farmer Joe's farm. But unfortunately, a pig recognized him and squealed. And it was very traumatic when Tom found out. And he actually made some, sent out some signals, got hold of someone in Turkey Underground, and they managed to get him on Farmer Joe's truck. And when Farmer Joe drove off that day, Tom was able, through the Turkey Underground, to actually get over to the Witness Protection Program, and they relocated him to Florida. I understand that they are trying to get his family down there, but the eggs haven't hatched yet, and he's just kind of biding his time right now. I really thought this would run to the red card. But as far as my feelings for Tom, knowing him for the short period of time that I did, he seemed like he came from a good egg, and it was just a shame we didn't have more time to spend together, so I could have heard about his experiences. Thank you.